What is up? It is Thursday. I am now in Illinois. Couple little glitches with the trip. Definitely forgot my fleece that I normally wear to work in the mornings in South Carolina because it is cold. And in the mornings in South Carolina, it's about 50 degrees right now. Right now in Illinois, on the drive home, it was 35 degrees. And it's in the 40s. So I definitely slipped up, but I should be okay. I mean, I'm staying with my parents, visiting them for a couple days, so I should be able to steal something. And I think they might have a couple of my coats or sweaters or stuff. I know my brother's taking a whole bunch of stuff, so I might have to steal some of that back, at least for the weekend. I am planning on getting my runs in, definitely pack that stuff. And so some of the things I thought about on the trip, one, I made it a much further in the book Clear Thinking. So that's been fantastic. I highly recommend that book. It is Clear Thinking by Shane Parrish. And I think it makes a lot of good points, and it pulls a lot of good points and thought processes and perspectives that I've been kind of coming upon on my own or have kind of been stimulated by all the other books and content that I've been focused on recently. Additionally, I don't have my tripod, so it's going to be a little bit more free form, and I'm going to be squeezing these videos in when I can. But obviously, I want to stick with the commitment. We're 20 in. This is 21, so things are going good. And I was thinking a couple things. One of which is making sure you think of future problems. So I think of this like food prep, right? There's a reason why food prep's so important if you're really trying to control your nutrition, because excuses are super easy and they're always going to be there and you can always pull on them. And so if you were trying to control your nutrition and you get into the week and you don't have any food, that creates a decision point. Whereas if you prepare ahead of time and you solve future problems by preparing, right, food in this example, then you're ready to go and you never face these decision points. You always have food. At least you don't face the decision point because you're out of food or because you had a long day and you don't want to cook or because something happened. Like a couple weeks ago, I was in a car accident, didn't have any food, so then I ended up having a pretty shitty meal. I think I basically didn't eat is really the answer that I had at that point, which is also not the solution. But thinking ahead and looking at stuff, so like traveling, and I really want to get my runs in, right? So I had made sure I had to bring my running shoes, and I brought enough clothes and did go back and grab some Under Armour and some base layers in order to be able to run in 20, 30, 40 degrees. Something I've definitely done in the past. Not so much used to it now that I'm in South Carolina, because South Carolina doesn't really have winters. Highly recommend it if you don't like winter. But I'm back here planning to get 4-ish runs in. I also pack my climbing shoes because I'm going to try to probably get into climbing gym here and there. Maybe 2 to 3 different gyms. So we will see how the next couple days go. But basically that looking ahead and understanding what's going to face you with points at which you might fail, right? And if you can eliminate those points, then you're going to be much better off. So food prep or packing your gear, or in some instances, I know that some people struggle with, say you want to run in the mornings. Some people set their gear out the night before because they want to eliminate that extra bit of friction in the morning, what is slowing you down from getting started and getting moving on the thing that you want to do, the actual action you want to take. So think about ways that you could set yourself up for success. Clear Thinking definitely demonstrates or has a couple different examples and strategies for doing this, some of which I've never really thought about or heard about before. Very simple though. Nothing's complicated. It's not rocket science, but one of which was just basically make your own rules. One example was like trying to reduce the amount of soda you drink. I only drink soda on Saturdays. Trying not to succumb to social drinking is I only drink when I want to, and I don't want to right now. And these rules kind of give you twofold. One, they set automatic, so they basically take away the decisions. Again, good strong point. Any decisions you have to make or decisions you could make wrong or not in the pursuit of your long-term goals. So this is a key to remember, is if you can reduce the amount of decision points, that's reducing the amount of times that you could make the wrong choice. You could make the wrong decision. So it sounds, and I always refer to this as kind of making things automatic, right? My analogy that I typically use is like brushing your teeth. Hopefully brushing your teeth is automatic. Hopefully you do it when you wake up and before you go to bed. If you don't, you are a monster. So solve that problem. But that becomes automatic, and you do it every night, every day. And so treat things that way. How can it be automatic? Like my exercise, my runs, and my climbing gym, they're automatic. Do I sometimes take days off? Yeah, absolutely. And that's the way I think of that, is kind of 90-10. If I'm way more consistent than not, and over the course of the year, I'm going to have a lot of work put in the direction I want to go. And that's very important. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. And you have to get back on the horse if you fall off. Set longer and longer streaks of hitting every workout or hitting every meal. It's the thing across a week of meals, for example, if we're talking about nutrition again, you eat 2 to 3 meals a day. If you eat 3, let's say, it's 21 meals a week. So 90%, 18. You get 3 meals that you can do whatever you want with. I mean, I recommend not blowing out like with 10,000 calories and shooting your whole week, but it can be a little less controlled than every other meal that you have. And don't strive for perfection, strive for consistency and consistent improvement. If last week you didn't control any meals, but this week you controlled 5, that is definitely an improvement. And then next week, maybe 6. Week after that, 8. Just keep progressing. Progressive overload, progressive improvement, and consistent improvement over time will yield results. Don't be in a hurry. Stay committed and stay consistent. I have a couple more ideas that I'm really been mulling over and really been thinking through. Still working through them, but I'd like to discuss them over the next couple days. Definitely don't plan on missing a video. So thanks for checking it out. Thanks for coming with me on the road. Have a safe night.